Hi, everybody. My name is Eliza Sheffield. I go to the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. Let me just say, it is an honor to speak to such a passionately green group of people. Back home, we do say Roll Tide a lot, but we don't say Go Green a lot. So it's been really challenging for me to relate to the people around me as the challenge has been going on, because I've been having a lot of change, and a lot of them haven't understood that. So while I barely know some of you, I feel like we have a very deep connection because of the sustainability we all want to pursue. All right, so I just want to give you an overview of how I'm going to do my presentation. I'm going to talk about what's inspired me, how I've changed it, and hopefully provide you a little bit of inspiration as well. Next slide, please. All right, this is kind of my quote page of, you can click on more times to make this around, thank you, of things that have inspired me. When I reach for words about my PGC experience, journey comes to mind. That's why I chose this Prezi. It's been a process. I started off not very green, and so the first few days of PGC was a lot of information absorbing. That led me to some very shocking discoveries. All natural doesn't mean all natural. Cheese manufacture is higher than many of other meats on list of emissions. What was my life coming to? My perceptions were constantly rocked. Cotton is not the fabric of our lives. It's a pesticide hotspot. We waste millions of gallons of water, a non-renewable resource, mind you, just because we're careless. And speaking of carelessness, trash. It was amazing. When I kept up for my trash for one day, I watched other people, the things they throw away, and it was unbelievable. Now you're probably wondering if I live in a cave. Why haven't I heard about all this before? And the answer is, it's not new to the world, sustainability, and it's not new to me either, but this is the first time the information has really sunk in and changed my life. I'd like to share a few path-changing quotes that I stumbled upon along my PGC expedition. These are not very profound, but I hope that they really touch you anyway. First of all, don't compare someone else's middle to your beginning. When I realized how unsustainable my life was, I was very discouraged because I knew so many people who were way ahead of me and who were incredibly eco-conscious, and I said to myself, there's no way I can be as green as those people. And at some point I came to the realization that, you know what, that's why our world's so bad. Everyone thinks they can't make a change, but you can. So when I realized it's not a competition, it really changed my life, and that was a very path-changing moment. I am just on the beginning of my journey, but I'm so excited about it. My next quote is, every whole is made up of smaller parts. I think the main reason I haven't cared about environmental issues in the past is that I feel like my voice didn't have anything to say. I didn't think I impacted the earth, and when I started learning all the negative effects that I caused, my actions, I realized that this couldn't be true. I was small, yes, and so are all of you, but every whole is made up of smaller parts, so by definition, my part does matter. My mind was kind of blown by this, to tell you the truth. So I made up my mind. I decided I'm going to make an impact, so I'm going to make it a positive one. Okay, next slide, please. So I began by transitioning my life. As you can see, I started off as a casual recycler, a meat eater, and an awareness skeptic. So I had a long way to go. I used to recycle occasionally, one more slide, thank you, as sort of a doing a good deed, kind of a Boy Scout principle, like, wow, it would be really good. But now I have totally transformed myself because to see it more as a responsibility that I have towards the earth. And a phrase I've adapted is reuse, baby, reuse. Just kind of inspire myself. My new priorities have become to do without or do less, or use less. Second best would be to reuse or repurpose, aka Pinterest, for all you Pinterest lovers. And the third best would be recycle. Now here I have a styrofoam box I got from my dining hall. That was actually the last styrofoam box I got from my dining hall. And yeah, I've transitioned out of that. And something I've found is I can go to dining halls now and I always see people I know. And I can sit and have conversations, and I'm less isolated in my room just eating my food. So it's had a lot of social impacts as well as environmental. Here's our new recycle bin and our trash can. And our recycle bin's a lot bigger than our trash can, which has encouraged us to use that more. Okay, and next. Vegan November. Okay, how to describe this? This is a word I made up for myself. I highly recommend making up your own words. It's very inspiring. Basically, I went vegan for November just as a way to really look at the ingredients I've been eating and ask questions, and also to stand up and say I'm not a fan of animal cruelty, and just by show of hands, who in here is vegan or has been vegan? Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, I have a question for you. Do people say to you, oh, I could never be vegan? Yeah, and the answer is no, that's not true. You can be vegan, and that's what I learned. So I also thought, oh, have you lost weight? And I was like, no, that's not the point. But people are always curious, and I found this was a great way to just show people by just the things I was doing that they could do things as well. Okay, next slide, please. I consider myself a recovering awareness cynic. I used to think awareness was kind of stupid and a waste of time, especially disease awareness, because I was like, why don't you just raise money? However, I kept getting frustrated through this challenge that people did not know about all the unsustainability that their conventional shopping supported. It was so obvious to me that eco-choice was better, and I think people would really understand that if they knew the information. Most people are just ignorant, so awareness matters so much in the environmental realm. When people know the benefits of eco-choice, I think they'll choose it. So this idea has really fired me up to kind of collaborate with people on my campus so we can get together and present the facts so people can make their own decisions about this. And I think they'll choose sustainability. Okay, next. Okay, here we are, living the dream, my goals for the future. Here I am giving my speech. This was so inspiring to me because I just collected people from around the yard, around our quad, and I was like, want to hear a speech? So, and I was like, this random group of people came together, and just like this, I can do so much more. Here's my cleaning and my homemade cleaning with lemon juice and baking soda. That was inspiring to me because you don't die from having those two things together just in your body. Just think about that for a second. Like, this is so natural, and that really, why would we not live like this? I mean, come on. Also over here, here's a picture of me with my traffic light. That's just inspiring. There's nothing environmental about that one. The future, question mark. I'm not really sure where I want to go. I know I want to do public relations, and actually yesterday I was offered an internship, which was really cool. It just came out of the blue. So I want to do PR for something I really believe in. And so this has kind of become something that I'm moving towards and hopefully will keep learning more about. Okay, next slide please. Spread the passion. I have so much passion that I'm just a passionate person. I have just passion to spread out over everything. And I have been really inspired. I need to spread the passion more on my campus. Thank you all for inspiring me. If you could, one more slide. Here is my circle of inspiration for all of y'all. I just want you to feast your eyes upon this as I read my closing statements. Yes, I am small, and so are you. I'm not going to tell you that you make up a larger percentage of the population than you really do. You are just as small as you think, and yet infinitely more important than you think. When considering your impact, you have to remember that every whole is made up of small parts. That is to say, you matter as a steward of the environment and as a citizen of the human race. When people like you and me make personal commitments and speak out, we shift our culture to protect the next generation. I used to think that the way we treat our earth doesn't really affect my life, but it really does. The more I found out about sustainability, the less crazy it sounds. So I would encourage you all to keep asking questions, find out where things come from, ask where they are made, care about the details, be curious and committed. A lot of environmentalism, as I've come to understand it the past month, is capturing the idea of one thing leads to another. So, be a positive counteraction. After all, being green is not all about gloom and doom. It's about being a positive problem solver, an ambitious world changer, and a committed citizen. And the best part is, you have the power to spark someone else's star. Thank you, PGC, for sparking mine. Now you all have passion just like I do, so go spread out. Get out there, recycle that bottle, chew that organic apple, shop at the thrift store, and remember at all times you matter. Thank you.